like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter what your nationality may be. Doesn't matter whether you like me or not. But today happened to be Friday, November the 22nd, 2019. The time being about 12:45 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm down here in Mounds, Illinois, Mounds City, Illinois, in the Mound City Veteran Cemetery here. I salute all the military personnel that's here in the military vets that's here in this cemetery and anywhere else in the United States that fought for peace and justice for all people, no matter what war you was in, if you stood for that. But today happened to be a special day for me and my family. This is my Aunt Thelma Offord. May she rest in peace. You can see her headstone. She was born November the 22nd, 1922. God called her home January the 5th, 2011. To my cousin Don, which is my Aunt Thelma's son in Japan, I'm making this for you. Francine, Tony, Terry, Verlin, and all the other family, wherever you at. May Aunt Thelma rest in peace. Let's go on the other side. I salute my Uncle Hines. Well, I didn't know he was born December the 12th, 1915. God called him home February the 5th, 1996. Thank you for your service in World War II. For those that don't know, my family, they fought in some wars. I salute Uncle Hines. Let Don in Japan and all the other families see I'm out here. It's cold, but I'm out here in this cemetery paying my respects to Uncle Hines, thanking him for his service, and saying happy birthday to my Aunt Thelma. May she rest in peace. I'm going to head down to the gravesite of our grandmother. I'm going to see if I can find it. At the same time, I want to say happy 13th birthday to my youngest granddaughter. I used to be able to say my youngest grandchild, but my oldest daughter had two sons, twins, on September the 20th of 2019. She's my granddaughter's still my youngest granddaughter, but not my youngest grandchild. Janiyah, happy 13th birthday. But you let them boys up in Chicago know. They don't want Grandpa to come down there. But we're going to try to find my grandmother, Flora Lee Ivy Scott's gravesite here and give honor to her and Louis Scott, her husband. May he rest in peace. And thank him for his service. I'm trying, y'all. I'm an old man, but I think I'm gonna make it through here somewhere. Let me see if I passed it up. I know I'm close. Let me try to look at the numbers here. Looking for 177. That's 73. Let me see. That's 74. Let me see if we over here somewhere. We gonna find it in a minute, y'all. Where we at? I know it's close. Close somewhere. See the numbers in down. That's 79. We just gotta go back some, don't we? 78, 77. Here she is, y'all. Everybody in Charles, Missouri, they know my grandmother, Flora Lee Ivy Scott. May she rest in peace. Y'all can see when she was born, August the 30th, 1921. When my biological grandmother passed in 1939 or 1940, my grandfather, Barry B. Ivy, married Flora. It was Flora Lee Ivy at the first, and then when he died in 1965, Grandma married Lewis Scott. But both of them his grandparents. See, we don't believe in step. When they remarry because of death, that's what we look at. Grandma, Flora, all of us remember you from Charleston, Missouri, because you was a midwife and you delivered a lot of people, black and white, in Charleston, Missouri. You was the first black clerk in Sykes in Delta Memorial Hospital. You stayed there for 17 years before you retired. Grandpa Lewis Scott, thank you for your service in the United States Army. Look at that. More family members, World War II veteran, October the 3rd, 1905. God called him home May the 7th, 1993. Thank you for your service, Grandpa Lewis Scott. I just try to keep up with all the things I can with my family to give history to all of my family. If you don't know where family is buried at, you check out my YouTube videos and you'll see. Again, I salute all these men and women in this cemetery. Every last one of them. One thing about me, I'm about my family history. I'm about unity, especially getting unity among black people anywhere I go. Not that I'm racist, which I'm not, but black people need a positive role model that's not biased. But back to the theme here, back to the purpose that I came here today, is to say happy birthday to my auntie, Aunt Thelma. May you rest in peace. Uncle Hines, thank you for your service in the military. May you rest in peace. Grandma Flora Lee Ivy Scott, may you rest in peace. Grandpa Lewis Scott, thank you for your service in the United States Army, World War II, one of the most crucial wars there was. Thank you for your service and may you rest in peace. To all people around the world, if you for justice for all, if you can fight for any cause, if you can fight for causes for gay rights, if you can fight for causes for women's rights, you can help us as a black race. You know what we went through in 1619 when they brought us over here in the United States, what they call the United States, what they call it justice for all, what they said, in God we trust. You can't trust in God if you're not treating all people equal. If anybody say everybody's being treated equal, we know it's not true. Because my dad was in World War II, I'm sure Grandpa Lewis and my Uncle Hines didn't be in World War II. It was a separation of troops. The blacks couldn't sleep in the same barracks with the whites. My dad, he's 92, and he told me the story. And I don't look down on all whites on that. But if you can walk out with things that Donald Trump is doing in that White House, y'all can walk out to stop all that violence. Help us stop that violence in the black neighborhoods. Help us end white supremacists. Get rid of all these neo-Nazis and all these Ku Klux Klans. Help us get rid of the individuals in the black neighborhood that refuse to stop selling drugs to blacks and stop killing blacks. Help us get rid of all of them because they're enemy to the cause. Lewis Scott wasn't in the World War II to fight for blacks to be selling drugs and killing each other or Nazis and white supremacists telling us where we can't live and putting hoods on their heads, sheets on their shoulders, and putting ropes around our necks. Nor did my dad go into World War II for that. Nor did my Uncle Hines or any other of my relatives. I'm going to leave as I came. I greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. You see that flag? If that flag stands for justice for all, let's start showing it. Not just in Charleston, Missouri, but everywhere else. Those that has a misconcept of me, I'm about unity. I'm about peace. I'm about harmony. But I will speak my mind. When I cuss, I shouldn't. My daughters tell me about it. When I get angry, I shouldn't. My mother, before she passed away, she didn't like people getting me angry. But I thank God that the Bible said it's okay to go get angry, but don't sin in your anger. I don't think I killed anybody when I got angry. I don't think I got physical with anybody since when I got angry for the last 23 years. Being in Southeast Missouri, one of the most prejudiced places I ever been in my life. And that don't mean all white people is prejudiced. But I'm going to leave. Peace be still.